With both the 1872 Cup and a potential place in the Guinness PRO14 Final Series up for grabs, this weekend's clash against old foes Glasgow Warriors already has some added spice. Edinburgh need just a single point, or hope Ulster fail to pick up a winning bonus point against Munster, to secure knockout rugby for the first time in the club's history. And with the ball in his side's court, head coach Richard Cockerill is confident that Edinburgh have the wherewithal to navigate Saturday's final hurdle. "We're a side that's evolving and improving, and we've got to fight to get to the levels that Glasgow have got to. They can afford to lose. Their motivation clearly wasn't there last week against Ulster, and they'll want to find some form before they have a couple of weeks rest before their semi-final. We are a side that can't pick and choose when we apply ourselves. We need to play as well as we can right from the start of any game. We're not a good enough team yet. Glasgow don't have to win, so the pressure is a little bit off for them. They haven't been playing particularly well, but they're a good side. They've lived in a relatively comfortable way because Edinburgh have been so poor over the years, but now we're a side that's improving and performing. We're a team that wants to supersede them in the rankings to become the #1 team in Scotland, having been a major part of the Leicester-Northampton conflicts which so often saw tempers boil over. Cockerill knows a thing or two about rivalry. And so with both of Scotland's professional clubs set to go to battle for bragging rights, Cockerill admits that he's finally getting to grips with the 145-year-old conflict. "I'm learning about the rivalry, about the 1872 Cup. And this weekend there's points to be won to qualify for the final series, and that's one part of it. The second part is that we want to get one over Glasgow. The balance is being readdressed slowly. They're under pressure for their supposed top spot in Scotland. It's not quite the rivalry of Leicester, because we've not been good enough to make it edgy. The reality is that they've always been the better side in recent history, but what we've got now is a proper rivalry. We're good enough to beat them, we're good enough to rattle them and get amongst them and really compete. It's a proper rivalry because we are actually in the competition to beat these sides now because we're good enough. We've had a good season, we want to qualify for the final series and we want to finish it off well." With 1872 Cup Series tied at 1-1, Saturday's match will see either Edinburgh or Glasgow crowned as Scotland's premier team. Cockerill's side pulled off a dramatic last-gasp victory over the Scots Town outfit back in December, and the head coach believes that result will stand his squad in good stead heading into Saturday's clash. "We know how well we can play. We know that we can beat Glasgow. We were the first team to beat them this year, and to be fair, Edinburgh historically have a good record against Glasgow, so we're just going to go full out. We're here to win the game on Saturday. Glasgow have been the privileged elder brother for a long time, and we want to go out and readdress that. We want to be competing and overtaking Glasgow in the next 12 months or so. It's going to be a good battle. Glasgow are good enough to beat us, and if we get it wrong they can beat us easily because they've got enough firepower. But we're a good side, we're confident, and of all the games I know this group can raise themselves for, it's this one.